The final of the men's eights. The Czech Republic looking for 3 gold medals in a row, but all eyes, I suspect, are going to be on Germany and Poland and France. And over on the far side here is the Czech Republic. Bronze medalist a year ago in Varese. They've made 2 changes to the crew that actually took that bronze medal. Next to them in the red and white of Poland. Poland, who were European champions last season. Again, just 1 change out of that successful crew. And they're going for the hat-trick because they've won it for the last 2 years, this particular title. Germany, with 5 of the crew that won Olympic gold and were European champions in 2010, and even 3 of that crew are in today's boat. France, who put all their talented eggs into one basket and really have laid down a challenge. They won this title back in 2008. And then the Netherlands in lane number 5. The rebuilding of the Dutch 8. And completing the lineup in lane 6, the crew of Belarus, who were bronze medalists back in 2007, and 3 of that crew have survived until this day. But it was Germany who won Heat 1, went straight into the final, and France who won Heat 2. Germany, though, 5 seconds quicker than the French. The final of the European Championship of the men's eights.
Such an important race for the Germans, this. They were humiliated by the British, by the French and the Poles on their home water in the Krupp Cup in Essen in the Baldensee. Trailed it in 4th place. They've got 2 men back in the crew, Max Reinelt and Christoph Wilke, both Olympic champions since then. They really stamped their intention in the heat. Fantastic 1:19 first 500, which tore apart the Poles, so nearly a length and a half up at 500 metres. Such was the importance of this regatta to them.
Well, now we're going to see what the French are really made of in lane number 4, because remember, in the stroke seat, Dorian Mortelet and Germain Chardin at 7, and both of them, they finished right out of it in last place in the men's pairs earlier on, and so consequently, your appraisal of that situation was, right, we're preparing for the 8, this is what we're all about today.
Well, in Essen, okay, so the British 8 won in Essen, but the French led at 500 metres, and I'd be surprised if the French led at 500 metres here, because I think it's so important for Germany to lead out, but headwind conditions as it was in Essen, and well, I think the French want to do the big 8 this year. They want to make a statement, and Daniel Fauché, their coach, has really put everything into this 8, and it's still, well, there's not much in it, is there? So that big gap that Germany had in the heats, in the races here on Friday, it's not the same today.
No, it's not. Germany by just under half a second over France. Germany furthest away from you in the dark 8, then France, then coming a little bit nearer, 2 away from you, the Netherlands, and then Belarus. And right on the far side, you've got Czech and Poland. You can't rule the Polish out of this either. Poland, it's an experienced time crew, and remember, they're looking for 3 in a row. But of course, the composition of the German boat and the French boat, that really makes it tough for them.
Yeah, it does. I mean, the Germans have played around with their order. They've got Christoph Wilke, the stroke of their 8 in London in the 7 seat, and they've got their strokeman here is Eric Johansson. So we're looking at the Poles there. Poles finished 3rd in the Essen regatta. So they've been beaten by the Germans and the French this year. But Germany still not doing too much damage to the French. And the Dutch 8 as well.
Vying with Poland for 3rd place at the moment. And a little look around there by Martin Sauer, looking to his right-hand side to see what Benjamin Marceau, the French coxswain's, got up his sleeve, and it's still just under a quarter of a length now, those German blades prominent at the half distance. This is the middle 1,000. This is the part of the race that really counts as they go through Germany, France, Netherlands, Belarus over in lane number 6. in fourth place with Poland. There's precious little really between the Netherlands, Belarus, Poland and Czech Republic at the moment are out of it. But Germany extending now.
The Germans have got to get a bit of distance because the French have a finish. I mean, notwithstanding Mortlet and Chardin, who raced in the pair earlier, but they didn't really put everything into that race. The French are a very fluid, very easy-moving 8. We don't really associate them with going fast in the big boat. Tried to over the years, but now with Daniel Fauché, he's put this 8 together. And I think the Germans will want to get a little bit more distance before the last 500 because the French have got to finish. They really closed on the British to just a canvas in the last 200 or 300 metres in Essen.
And I'll tell you what, the Dutch are being impressive as well. They really kept tabs on the front two during the second quarter, and they've gone well here in the third quarter. And it's Gobert Beersheba in the stroke seat, and those Dutch blades are not that far away. At the moment they're in the bronze medal position. You can see...
No, silver medal. They've taken the French. That is a great move by the Dutch, and Geert van Derksen, their coach, is going to be on the edge of his bike. No doubt he's following this from the bicycle pathway on the road behind us, but coming back on the Germans, and I really think the Germans are going to struggle here in the last 500 metres.
Here we go into the last 500 metres of the European Championships of 2013 in the final race of the regatta, the men's 8, and it is Germany with 5 of their Olympic gold medal crew there with the best part of half a length over the Dutch. Then come the French, who've been demoted into bronze medal position. The others will struggle to get involved in this.
Yeah, and I think on the far side, the Poles in lane 2. My apologies to the Germans. I think they've shown... We just see their stroke man there, Eric Johansson, just taking a bit out. I think they moved a little bit with 500 metres to go just to get a cushion on the Dutch, who have made their move. I think that might just be enough for the Germans. Will the Poles close on them? They're fast moving in lane 2, David.
Yeah, and they certainly in that third quarter they found something. And they are about just over a quarter of a second down on France in the bronze medal position. So interesting to see what they can do. It's Germany. On the far side is Poland. On the near side is Holland. The French at the moment aren't finding what we expected. And here they come. And they're on their feet in the enclosures here for the final race of the 2013 regatta, and it's Germany holding off Poland, who are really charging on the far side. The Dutch are held in third place, but in turn the French have nothing more to give. Germany from Poland, and Poland giving their best at the last part of the race here, but Germany coming to the line now to take their third gold medal of the championships, and it is the German 8 to take gold from Poland, and then the Netherlands in third place ahead of France, being followed in by Belarus and finally the Czech Republic. That's unofficial, but what isn't unofficial is the fact that the Germans have won it. Eric Johansson, Christoph Wilke, Richard Schmidt, Anton Braun, Felix Strohauter, Maximilian Reinheld, Hannes Olkik and Maximilian Munski in the bow.
It's an important race for Germans. I kind of, it was a tough race for them. I thought the celebrations when they crossed the line were a little bit muted. I kind of thought after the heats they might have been expected to win by a little bit more. I think there's work to do for that German 8. They know they've got competition coming, and it was an important win for their morale to come back after Essen Regatta trailing in the field. 2 men back in the boat, Max Reinelt and Christoph Wilke. Maybe they've made the psychological difference, but the wake-up call they had in Essen was massive. For the Poles, again, to come back through the French.
And the Dutch?
Well, the Dutch, yeah, I think the Dutch had a fantastic row, if I may say so. The French, again, well, why did you let Mortlet and Chardin do the pair is the question mark. They weren't very competitive in the pair. I think it would have been best just to concentrate on the 8, perhaps not to mess around. And that may have cost them in the second part of this race, where they were